Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hero Club Live. We are Hero Club, and this is not the main thing that we do over on Hero Club. No, the main thing we do is our podcast, where we take our pre-recorded TTRPG sessions that we record live around the table. We edit them down with sound effects and music into these tight, taut audio anthologies with so many different genres. You can start wherever you wish. You can go to any of our different seasons. We have a bunch of different ones. Let's start. We have a couple of different Christmases. We have Western. We have Space. We have Animal Pirates of different varietals. We have, Quentin Tarantino send-ups. We have, stoner flicks. We have slasher flicks. We have, some other stuff. Noir. There's so many. Explore. Pick whichever one you want. Have a good time. I guarantee you, it'll be a fun one. But here on Hero Club Live, we just sit around and play some Dungeons & Dragons. This is our campaign, our second live campaign, PairOfSocks Lost. I am your Dungeon Master, Dylan McCullum. I will explain more about what this campaign is in a second. But first, let's talk to some of our players, shall we? Let's get caught up on the week. Let's start with John. John, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything else you would like to say.
Hello, my name is John Madsen. I play Tone Zazuru, Arcane Chef, level 7 right now. Hasn't cooked anything in a while, so I feel like maybe he should cook. And I am very, very happy to be here and very excited about everything that's going to come up in October. And something that I just learned is the sign for microwave. I learned that today, which is the sign for microwave is this, because it's a tiny wave. It's like a tiny hand. It's a tiny a hand waving to you.
How are deaf people not just cracking up all the time?
Because of microwave?
Microwave?
No, because if that's one sign that's hilarious, I'm sure there's other hilarious signs.
There's so many.
Yeah.
There's so many. Thank you, John. Let's move on to Hannah. Hannah, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything else you want to say.
I'm Hannah. I play Marabella Graveneye, a level 7 cleric of the Grave Domain, baby. She's small and she digs holes. Pew, pew, pew. My fun fact today is that crocodiles cannot stick out their tongue, but alligators can. Do with that what you will.
KJ, that one's incredible. Their favorite ASL pun is pasteurized milk. It's the sign of milk while moving it past your eyes.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's very funny. That's extremely funny.
That's just classic good. That's just very good. That's good jokes. Wait, what did you say about crocodiles and tongues? What's happening?
Yeah, a crocodile can't stick out its tongue, but an alligator can.
Man, one of the many reasons why they're different, but they're not. Let's move on to
teeth. Apparently, one of the teeth goes outside and one goes in. I don't know. Nature's weird.
Nature's weird. Let's move on to Natasha. Natasha, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything else you want to say.
Oh my god, I'm Natasha. I'm playing Griselda Calzini. And what I want to say is that usually I say nature is metal because nature doesn't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Do you follow that account?
No. Is that a thing?
There's an Instagram account called Nature is Metal. There's also one called Nature is Not Metal, and they are both worth following.
Wow.
Oh,
They're really great.
Thank you.
Is there like divisive like fandoms of like nature is metal, nature is not metal, and like?
No, one is just really like fucked up nature videos, and one is really cute animal videos.
Maybe I'll watch the other one. Yeah.
Ooh, the sexual tension between those two accounts for me. I ship it. I ship it. Let's go on. Last but not least, Marty, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything else you want to say.
Hello, I'm Marty Abby Schneider, BA, and I play Golzog and Testenscarf, He is an orc monk who loves all his best friends and would probably never forget them unless something magical were to happen.
Unless something were to happen. All right.
And-
Yes?
No, that's it. That's
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
I was just excited to show off my coconut water because I'm house sitting a nice house where they had coconut water, and I'm helping myself.
Okay. Wow, the perks. And hello,
Marty's
everyone.
too good for us. He drinks coconut water.
Hello, everyone. I am Dylan McCullum. I will be your dungeon master for this evening. I am the dungeon master of PairOfSocks Lost. PairOfSocks Lost is an adventure based on the 5e adventure book Wild Beyond the Witchlight, but it's not really anymore. A lot of the same names, same places, some maps that honestly are really there just because they're still very pretty, but they don't mean anything to anyone anymore at this point. If you look at a map of Prismere and show it to my players, I'll be like, see that? That's not that, but it looks nice, right? So we're well past it. I wear my inspiration on my sleeve. We love Peter Pan, Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland, Phantom Tollbooth, Narnia, all of those stories smashed together into my own little personal headcanon, and I'm just running my friends through it as the main characters and seeing where the wind blows. Yeah, and so we are into an interesting part of this story. How about we get into the recap, shall we? Let's just start playing. We ready, everyone? As I cue up Midvale Moonrise, my favorite piece of music. Last we left off, Zara was nowhere to be found. Our party had won their encounter with Scarecrow, and Princess Griselda Calzini. Bless you, Princess.
Pleasure.
Princess Griselda Calzini had gone off on her own for a bit to learn a little bit more about herself, the world of Hither, the world of Prismere, who the owner of Toto the dog was and is, and how to get to Yon. She learned specifically that an enchanted piece of ruby clothing might just do the trick as the passport between the realms, between the Evermist, into Yon. And there may be some on the floating city of Fablerise. Fablerise, of course, is a city that has been mentioned before, known to the party only in passing by a band of rebels who weren't so happy about its complete state of neutrality in this war between the Queen of Glass and the Queen of Hearts. But maybe with new things revealed, that neutrality might be for a reason. All that is known is that the party found out that there is a bomb that is going to be planted on Fablerise to bring it rocketing down back to the ground. Griselda Calzini, reunited with her friends, decided to look for Zara. They very clearly realized Gulzog has no memory of. An unfortunate side effect, a last death gasp of the Scarecrow. Nat ones will do that to you. And so, they went in search and found little hints of a trail of something, or someone, but Zara was nowhere to be found. They left a message for her, in case she came back to this place, hoping for the best. And that is where we left off. Standing in this forest, which, again, was so... Tone especially, you remember, so dark and dour. Now, life has been brought back to it. Color has come back to it. you can almost hear the songs in the trees. What would you all like to do as you stand here knowing that you have successfully put the message into the magic mouth that will come on Zara's
And
return?
successfully buried everybody, right?
Yes. That you hit a lot of nat 20s on that. Right, I forgot to mention that. You talk to dead people.
Yeah, a lot.
You talk to dead people a lot.
I'd like to just recap one more time with you guys. So, Zara is a female halfling who, if she's not trying to steal it, she's trying to kill it. She's ornery at the best of times and silent at the. She's ornery at worst, silent at best, and the cat was trying to kill her, and she's it.
Silent
that
and
about sums
distant
it
at
up.
best.
What was that?
Silent and distant at best.
And distant. Okay. Well, I'm just trying to paint a picture for when I meet her. And I guess that fills a niche in this group. He sort of trails off looking at this weird motley band.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing next?
I think going to Fablerise, right?
Road trip.
I don't know what that is.
Loser, we're going to Fablerise.
Yeah, so I have this little bag of fairy dust that we got from the Fablerisians. Did we land on what they're called? If they're
Fablerisers?
Fable. Well, we met some denizens of Fablerise, and they gave me one of these little bags of dust, maybe fairy dust. I don't know how many. I think there were only like 2 doses in here. I don't know how many. Can I roll an arcane check to figure out how many, or can I figure out how many doses are in here?
There was one for each of. There was one for each of you. And you would remember,
Zara?
huh? Including Zara, yeah.
Oh, great. Well,
there is one for each of you. Well, actually, I think technically not including Zara, there was 4. There was 4 doses because that's the 4 of you who were there when you took down the straight. So you have 4 doses. And you were told specifically that this is like, it's not just a flying thing, this is a specific enchantment. And that if you ever want to use it, you just have to, think about something nice.
Think about something nice.
Yeah, just like a happy thought. Doesn't have to be big. You could say it could be little.
Oh, okay.
I think is is the general vibe of that.
A little thought.
You could say a little thought that is joyful of some kind, yeah.
A little happy thought.
If some could say it. Some might.
Okay, before we use this, we should make sure we're all calm and that we feel safe. We're here in the middle of the woods, but we don't want to go nuts. So, does anyone have any questions? Or what should we do here? Yes. Mirabella.
Right, so it's the plan that the 4 of us are going up and Zara's just going to do whatever and hang out here. We're going to go deal with the Fablerise or Ians and then come back and meet her.
We could leave 1 dose and maybe... Oh, yeah, Marty.
I have...
Not Marty, I don't know who that is.
I can fly, guys. So we could, if we have another small bottle or bag, we could put 1 dose with the message.
We could hide it somewhere underneath the magic mouth.
Yes, although we didn't say anything about it in the message. Mm-hmm. So
you're right.
We'd be leaving it to chance whether or not she finds it.
Well, I could do the glyph wording thing.
Like no one can touch it except Zara?
Yeah, and then leave a little note that says, here, eat me.
Can't the glyph of warding have any kind of spell within it?
Mm-hmm.
So could
I
we?
think of a certain level or lower, yeah.
Could I make the bag invisible, unless the glyph of warding is passed over?
So
Did
no,
we tell her we were going to Fablerise in the message or no?
Yes, we did.
you did.
We did. Okay, that's good.
So no, you can't cast a spell that like holds concentration until she gets there.
Right.
It's
Right.
that when she gets there, a spell is cast.
Okay.
Now I don't know what spells you have at the moment, and technically it would just be whatever Marabella has.
Yeah. That's...
But this would be my last 3rd level spell. Also, I don't know if we're gonna like long rest.
We could also leave a note.
Wait, Hannah, did you not long rest last time?
Well, no,
I think
she
I
cast,
did, but I
she can't
cast
speak with
Speak
dead
with Dead
like
twice.
twice.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that
right.
was you doing that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not a
But we learned
3rd
something.
level spell.
Oh.
Oh wait, no, it is. No, it is.
It is
Right?
I believe
And
so.
I don't have it on my sheet because I rolled a nat 20, and Clemnivore was like, "Here you go, hun." And then yes.
Yes.
We could
Got
leave
it.
it.
Which is honestly the only reason why you even understand, like, that you saw her, like, you don't know exactly what's going on, but you saw her teleport, if you remember correctly. That's like
Yeah, that's
information
right,
that
that's
you
right,
weren't
that's
that the nat 20 was the fact that you were able to even get the information that like Zara's
Something
body teleported away, and you've never seen Zara teleport ever.
Right.
So you don't know what that's about. Obviously, she didn't alert you to that.
Mhm.
We could leave a note underneath the bag.
You could leave a second
Or we
magic
just
mouth
don't.
that triggers
Wait,
after
A second
That's the
magic
first
mouth.
one.
I guess I
thought we-
could. It's a ritual. Sorry.
Were we leaving something so that when she walked past it, it would go up?
And
Yeah.
say that like we're in Fablerise.
Like a
Also,
little.
should we just
Yeah.
trust that she can figure out a way to get there?
Yeah, I
I mean,
think
she
so.
sounds wily.
I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, you just hear, like I said before, if she doesn't want to be found, she has good reason for it. And I'm sure, I bet she's already there.
Well, you heard the kid. Let's keep the dose and then I'll go to Fablerise.
Um,
All right.
Okay.
Is the trip longer than 4 hours?
Let's find out.
I'd like to
I'll
find
sit
out
in-
before we go.
Yeah. Can we all sit in a circle and do it?
Yeah, we should be very careful. We don't want anyone to have a bad trip to Fablerise.
I will have a bad trip to Fablerise if it's any longer than 4 hours, because that's how long I can fly with my boots.
Well,
You
no,
might
you're
get
doing your
scared.
dose. We're not
Uh,
leaving one.
Yeah,
Why would I do my dose if we should save the dose if
Oh,
it's
just
not
in-
4
just
hours
in-
long.
It's a
Is it
team
backup?
building thing.
But resource management.
It's a team building thing.
Well, what good is
Wait, wait,
one
above
dose
the
up to
table.
Fablerise gonna do?
Above the table, we should save the dose if I don't need to take it, right?
Why?
Oh, you
Because
should.
then someone can use it to fly later in the campaign.
Like one get one? Like, hey, deuces.
The amount of
just go up to
times
Fablerise
I've been in
real
a
quick?
dungeon and have been like, I wish one person could fly right
Okay,
now.
I can
which
turn
I guess-
into a bird. I can turn into a bird and then help that person fly.
And by the
Here's the
time
thing.
we
And
by the
also,
time
I'll
we
have
get
the boots
to-
then too. Fine.
Marty, why don't
in
you
a couple of
carry
levels
the
I might have.
dose?
Yeah.
I'll do
Carry
the
your
stupid
dose.
sky cocaine. Yeah.
Also,
You
Mar-
can
Marty-
also carry it with you.
That's part of
Marty,
it.
if Golzog doesn't want to do it, you can pretend not to. You can pretend that you're doing it and just not.
I like
Also,
to play. I'll hang
consent
on
is
to the
important.
dose and then
Like,
That-
if
that's
you
a good
need
idea,
it 3
Hannah.
hours and 45 minutes in, be like, oh, we're not close.
Yeah.
Just
I'll just hit it. Yeah.
Okay,
great.
so
But are you gonna pretend to do it and like roll a performance check to?
What do you think my character needs to amongst these
Those-
other characters?
Tone sprinkles a little on himself, and then
Okay,
hands
me
the bottle,
too.
and then hands
Yeah.
the bottle to somebody else.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah,
Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle.
a lot of talking, not enough flying to Fablerise.
Yeah, dude.
Fablerise.
I need a bag for a ladybug. Okay, it's a good thing.
Okay, so going down the line, we'll start with because Toad, you're the one who said it.
Surprise action,
first.
and then I handle it.
Yeah, you said it first. What is the thought that you're having as you are, like the
thought
in
that
your
I'm
mind?
having is imagining tasting food for the first time that I've cooked, and also, yeah, I guess just that one thought, tasting food, being able to taste food for the first time, being able to taste a donut for the first time.
What's your highest saving throw?
It is intelligence.
Give me an intelligence saving throw.
You said a little thought. I'm probably gonna go to the moon for that one.
I said some could say a little.
Tone just yeets himself into space.
That was the best thought that I. That's cool. Adventures on the moon. That's fun. All right. You all like that? Okay. Here we go. Sorry, app. And intelligence. Oh wow, my sound is on. Not good. 6.
6. Okay.
4. It's good.
Well, I'm very happy that I have made you not trust any saving throw I make you make. Who did it after you?
Natasha.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did.
Okay, Griselda, what is your happy thought?
Oh, my happy thought. Honestly, Griselda's happy thought is just feeling really close with like real friends who understand her vibe. So like the thought of having that and how nice that would feel.
How nice it would feel. Meaning she's not with that group.
She hates
No,
it
that she
all.
wants that. She wants that because she was like, this is team building. So she's trying to team build and do that.
Okay, what's your highest saving throw?
Oh, wait. What?
What's your highest saving throw? Like saving throw.
The
that you're best
highest
at.
saving throw is wisdom.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. Okay. 25.
25. Okay.
Maybe good, maybe bad. We don't know.
If a 25 is bad, I don't want to play this
You're
game.
all correct. These might be bad or good.
Oh no.
Marabella,
Rippin'.
what is your happy thought?
My happy thought is gonna be just like having a nice after like a good day of work with Bida, coming back to our little hut and like being together, eating dinner and just laughing and making jokes and stuff. Just a sweet little moment.
What's your highest saving throw?
Wisdom is mine.
Let's
Oh,
do
and
it.
I wish myself good luck on this, and I'm gonna cast guidance just in game.
Sure.
And it's wisdom.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna need that wisdom. Okay, that's went from bad to not horrible. 17.
17. Okay.
I rolled a 4, so
You can feel like these thoughts, like as the dust kind of coalesces around you, it sprinkles, but then as you're having that thought, it kind of magically spirals as if the dust is kind of collecting around a magnet. It's like it being attracted in a very specific pattern, falling around your body. Golzog, what are you doing? Can't hear you,
You
but
did.
Dude, buddy.
I'm just gonna use my boots, right?
well, that's up to you, buddy.
I'm saying that to the group and Garrett.
Oh, okay.
I'll just hang on to this dose in case and use my boots.
That's all Tone. Tone doesn't know how he feels yet right at this point, so he's just responding to the questions like,
Does that work for everybody?
yes.
And Griselda's eyes are just closed. No smile. No.
Okay.
2 turtle claws start reaching towards Golzog.
Yeah, everyone just kind of looks blissed out, except Tone. Tone looks kind of vaguely sweaty. The others like kind of are like they're kind of deep in their thoughts. You can tell they started thinking their happy thought, imagining it. Tone was deep in that thought, and then you said that, and you could feel Tone like, but you're not really getting. But no one's given you a big response yet. Clearly,
what is Tone reaching out to me doing?
He may try to start feeling your face in a couple seconds. If you don't.
Okay. All right. We can all fly now. I didn't realize it would also have another effect. Should we go? You guys ready?
Golzog, so you're just gonna fly. You're not doing the dust. Right?
But I'm hanging on to the dust in case.
That's not what I asked.
Oh.
So you're not doing the dust, right? At the moment.
It feels like a trick question. Like I'm supposed to do the dust.
I'm just asking you, what are you doing at the moment? You're not doing it, right?
Golzog gives in to peer pressure and does the dust.
Oh my!
What?
Okay. Don't give in to DM pressure. I was just asking a question of what are you doing?
No, I'm looking at the group getting to live their happy fantasies. So.
Okay.
I didn't mean to make a stink about the dust, guys. I'm really sorry. I thought it was a precious resource we were trying to save.
Okay, Golzog, what is your happy thought?
Golzog is triumphantly finishing the Trial of the Quaking Leg back in the Broken Spine Canyon, which is the rite of passage where you get to be an elite warrior.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you, what is your best saving throw?
Dex.
Since you give me a dex saving throw, but since you did it under peer pressure, make it with disadvantage.
Oh no!
Oh, shit, son.
Dang.
Wow.
See, this is a PSA.
11.
Okay, 11.
Oh.
I'm just trying to be a good player.
Marge. Oh no.
I don't
Marty,
need this today.
Marty, it's all. What are you talking about? It's all good. I was just asking you a question, for the love of God. Okay.
Drink your pink water.
So, Golzog,
Really
you
nice.
see them starting like to have these thoughts, and you now are in that very in keeping with your character of your lost nerve. You don't know, should you do it? Is it better to just keep it? What if you don't? You're like, oh no, I can fly, it's fine. And then you're kind of seeing this magical aura kind of go around them, and so you start going like, and you just start dumping the dust on you and thinking a happy thought as fast as possible. Just trying to find the happiest thing you can think of as quickly as humanly possible. Tone,
I have to feel happy right now. If I don't feel happy, everything will be ruined.
Tone, in your mind, what's going on is that you were feeling happy, but then your protectiveness of Golzog takes over as you hear him start wavering and asking the question while you're like mid-reverie of tasting food for the first time. You just hear those words come in of like, so I'm just not going to take the dust, right? And every bad possible outcome of him not taking the dust just comes swimming through your mind of like, well, what if it's a magical thing? What if it has nothing to do with flight? What if it's a teleportation thing and they're lying? What if on impact he just explodes? What's gonna happen? All this magic kind of builds up, and you all start to feel yourself lift off the ground. Almost, because I really only have movie references, very much like the teleporters in Galaxy Quest. Where your body is almost like encased in this magical aura. Griselda goes sailing off into the sky. Like a shooting star, faster than anyone else you have ever seen. Just like absolutely just it's like, pew! Like just absolutely so fast. You can like hear just Ladybug is screaming as you were just flying. But just Griselda is in this absolute state of like absolute contentment, reverie, no smile on the face, just rocketing through the sky, just absolute, just like nothing's happening to your hair or smile, just a straight body just going
Are
fast.
we supposed to take Thicket with us?
Oh, it's too
He's
late.
here, right?
Oh my
I
god.
think it's
here.
I can put him in the Bjorn, or we can leave him.
gone. I mean,
But this
I
is
don't know.
we're not doing this.
Okay, cool.
We're well past that.
Oh.
There's a lot of new characters to
Also,
meet Fablerise.
to be honest, Thicket didn't seem to care or want to, like, you know.
Did he do a Batman where like he's already gone?
He might just be really scared. He's like, they're all acting different, and then
Thicket did a
panics.
Batman.
Great.
He rolled a really great stealth.
Hey, Thicket, do you want to come? Oh!
So again, you're sailing through the sky. Soon after, Marabella, you feel yourself like rocketing pretty fast up as well. Sailing faster, going up and up and up. Golzog, you're in your mind, you're going like happy thought, happy thought, happy thought. Oh yeah, broken spine. That would make me happy.
You're a Horde Reaper now.
Sure,
Yeah.
that's and you're thinking to yourself like, sure, that's what I want. Sure, that's what I want. The idea of being a Horde Reaver, that happy little thought, transitions pretty quickly in your mind, not from the idea of being a Horde Reaver, but the idea of your dad being proud of you, just in general. And so you being in the middle of battle and actually being a Horde Reaver, which is not fully a you thing, fades into the background of just seeing your father just nodding stoically in your direction, and suddenly your feet start to lift off the ground as you kind of, almost as if a rocket is sputtering beneath you, kind of like kind of go up very slowly, stuttering, but you are heading there. Tone, the happy thought of tasting food, you're feeling it. You don't remember all these things. Do you remember how to taste food? Is your memory of tasting food even correct? Or is it just completely fabricated at this point? Is it even a thing that makes sense to you? And suddenly you're shooting off into the sky just as fast. But it is wild, and it is shaking you up back and forth. You are being basically ping-ponged around into the air. You are going to take just 3 points of force damage as you're just kind of feeling the effects of this on your body. But you all get to a point where, as you're flying, it's not really as if you're flying anymore. You are, and you're in the sky, but it's as if you're going through some kind of magical rift. Like, at a certain point, you hit the clouds, and you're realizing and remembering to yourself that you've heard about Fablerise, you've looked up into the air, and you've seen no floating island, no floating city. At a certain point, this arcane barrier that's on you as you're rising up, you see like sparks of color, just like as you get to a point, a nexus of magical energy. And you're through. The barrier dissipates. All four of you just floating out, and you almost feel yourself hit like a not a ceiling, but a soft like limit, as if there's almost like a permeable barrier in the sky. as you kind of almost descend down a little bit, and suddenly before you, the clouds kind of part a little bit, and you see something that is remarkable. This entire time you've been in the Feywild, there have been oddities, magic, strange creatures, for sure, but some of it's been without color. Some of it's been war-torn. The magic of the Feywild that you had always heard about in stories was always so grandiose and had so much splendor. And the things that you've seen have been dark, dour, or just kind of uneasy. But here you're seeing something that even those who grew up in the cities or castles within Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate, you're seeing what looks like a beautiful city of elven design, but it's as if it's like elven Art Nouveau, like very much like the Art Nouveau in Barcelona, like pinks and golds and greens, stained glass. And you come to this, what looks like a landing area. This courtyard of green and gold, these pathways. You're staring at it and you almost don't understand how it's still here, but this feels like it's a part of the Feywild that you would never, that was here before. Like the Feywild that was almost preserved before everything went completely south. You see plants and crates, almost like, it almost looks like it's a hangar or a docking area for potential ships or airships of some kind. You see this fountain in the middle of pure water. And also you see these like little mechanical like balls. These little like mechanical balls with little tiny arms, one big eye in the middle, little tiny fairy, like little almost angelic wings behind them, just kind of going about their day. And a few of them look up at you. And you see 4 of them kind of fly towards you. And it's this odd mix of mechanical, yet fey, angelic. You're all allowed to make a history check on this. As you see them approaching you, they don't seem, they're approaching you very slowly.
9.
9.
Are they Modrons?
Above the table? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But with a 9, you for sure don't know that.
Nothing to Marabella.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
7.
What did you just roll?
History check?
History checks.
Whoa. 7.
7.
3.
Not 20.
Griselda.
We're all like,
Griselda, you see these things and you recognize them from like a picture book that your dad used to read you about, like something called the Great Clockmaker or something like that. And it was about this whole plane of existence called like mechanists, like this whole plane of clockwork soldiers and clockwork apparatus, and you know that there are these almost like angelic fairies, but not fairies. There's these little warriors, soldiers, that would go out and every few years would survey the world and bring that information back to the Clockmaker. Or that's what it was called in the picture book. You don't really know like exactly what it's called, but it was called in the picture book. They would bring it back to the Clockmaker. And that they all kind of spoke with one voice. And it makes sense. They were they would traverse the plains. They would go everywhere, but it also seemed like a myth. You know, it would seem like a children's story. But that is clearly what they are. They are these little things. You know that they have a directive, but you don't know what that directive is. They could be here for any number of reasons. But they're now coming up to you. And they all kind of, there's one for each of you, and all in unison, you just hear them kind of go, hello, 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 again, all in unison. What
Hello.
was your happy thought?
Griselda blissfully opens her eyes and says, being with my true friends.
Tasting food.
Being with me, dog.
I ran the trial of the Quaking Leg successfully without being afraid of it, and became a Horde Reaver for the Mugashnar clan in the Broken Spine Canyon. Golzog intestine scarf.
They all kind of just stare, and you hear like these little tiny mechanical words like "Zeep, zoop, zip, zip, zip." All right. Welcome to Fablerise, happy people. And they kind of
Oh, can I do an insight check on that?
Yeah.
The happy people part?
Mm-hmm.
You know I like that. Okay. I'm rolling like very well. I rolled 2 23s.
2 23s. Okay, so these things again, there doesn't seem to be an emotion behind these creatures. There seems to be like there seems to be like with a 23 you're noticing that like they don't seem to have a will or personality or feeling of their own. This was a thing that they said. I would think that what you would glean from that
I'm curious about
the directive, you aren't able to notice any kind of directive, but you are able to glean with an insight of 23, especially as someone who has been told to like smile more and something like that. It feels like they are relaying the message of a welcoming committee.
Like the recorded voice at an airport?
Very
Kinda.
similar. Very similar. Like, welcome happy people. Like, it's just like,
The
very-
happy isn't like pointed up like if we weren't happy, something would happen.
Well, again, there is no way to discern that. Like, there is, even with a nat 20, there would be no way to discern what they are trying to say. So there's nothing pointed because there is nothing, they have no emotion in their voice.
Okay, Griselda crosses her arms. She doesn't like it.
Thank you. Do you have a map?
As you say that, they look at you and go, "Oh."
Hello?
And remind me, John. Yes.
Yeah.
You rolled a 6, right?
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh.
As you, let me bring you onto a map that, because you did not roll a 5, and because Marty didn't just fly up there on his own, without the use of the dust, we're not
There is a map?
We're not going to be using it tonight. But let me show you, especially
Wait,
because
should I have flown by myself?
No, what I'm saying is, Marty, we're not going to use a battle map because
great.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn.
At the moment.
I would have liked a little combat.
Well, You know?
No worries.
You can just attack one if you want.
No. I want to go explore the city.
Ain't that kind of player, my man. Also, it is for the best that we avoid it.
Oh, there are so many of them.
There are so many of them. But this is the
Holy hell.
entrance. By the way, this is a much bigger map. It was such a big map that you'll probably I'll just say right now, you'll probably end up back here at some point because this is only a screenshot of a part of it. I tried to upload the whole map to it, and it was the only map I've ever done that with that said it's too big for this for the whole thing. You need to upgrade beyond pro level. I was like, oh, well. So this is if you see, this is like the architecture we're working with. This like golden, beautiful. You see this koi pond, and again, all these like little golden workers. Just kind of walking around. On the request to a map, they just go, welcome. And as you can kind of feel yourself, it feels like you're now almost, once you've gotten settled and you start like walking down onto the ground, the flight kind of has left you, and now you're just on the walkways, experiencing this beautiful surrounding of and again, it's like different architectures mixed together. It is clearly a city with Fae inspiration, but there's different, like, you know, mechanical parts to it that are keeping it afloat. It's wizards have been involved. It seems like it's just from first glance, it seems like it is a melting pot of like different peoples. Let's go, oh, a map? Yes, you can find information at a concierge desk inside.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
So. Like, I know a lot of people start saying it. Oh, individual security directive off. And you see the four fly away, and you see a square one with like a big mustache kind of like walk up to you. He goes, "Hello, I shall be your guide for today. Welcome. What brings you all to Fablerise?"
Well, there is one reason we're here, but now that I'm here and I'm looking at this city, I'd love to. Do you have any good restaurants?
Tone, maybe we do the first thing first.
Okay.
And restaurants after we.
Sorry, we've been crawling around the forest for the past, it feels like 6 months. And this is, okay, so, okay. Do we want to just come out and say, well, all right.
Is there someone, like, in charge we could talk to? Are you
kind of to the authorities, please?
Oh, the authorities. If you wanted to speak to someone in charge, well, there's many people above me. But the people in charge, And then it seems like he goes to, like, almost like a pre-scripted thing of talking, and he points towards the fountain, past the fountain, towards the entrance doors, like, almost the entrance to a theme park, like the entrance to an Art Nouveau theme park, these doors, and on the facade are these 6 statues. He goes, "That would be the Council of 6, the 6 founders. But to get an audience with them, that would be very difficult indeed. However, the Founding Day Parade might be a good time to get some FaceTime with them. Ha 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 ha. Funny."
Wow.
This is my favorite character. Can he come with us?
What's your name?
What? What is my name?
Yes, your name.
That is a very interesting question. My name is... Like, you hear the sound, the string of, like, words in your mind.
Do I understand that? Do I understand what he said?
What?
Does it sound like a dial-up modem?
It sounds like a dial-up modem.
Oh my God.
And he just goes, "But you may call me Manfred."
Manfred?
That sounds more doable.
Okay. When is the parade, Manfred?
Ah, the Founding Day Parade, coming in precisely. Like, you hear, like, the sound in his mind, and he goes, no, you do not like to be precise. You like almost estimates. All right, it's coming in about a week. A week's time.
Right, that sounds very exciting. The information we have is a bit more pertinent than that.
It's pretty
And-
time sensitive, and it actually, our failure to deliver it could affect the parade.
You see, the eyes go dark and, like, almost, like, looks at you. Is that a threat to our Founding Day Parade, sir?
No.
We are not threatening anyone.
No.
Oh,
It's-
good. I thought you might have been.
I can't wait to see the parade, and I would like to see a lot of other things in this beautiful city. Honestly, this is the greatest thing I've seen here in Prismere. I love it. But is there a security? Out of all the leaders, is there one that's maybe a security leader? Or...
Oh. Oh, yes, that would probably be Humphrey, the Unbroken.
Humphrey, where would we find Humphrey if we were able to have an audience with him?
Oh, like I said, having an audience with one of the Founding Six. Nigh impossible, especially to newcomers to the city.
Sure. Do you think we'd have to go on several small quests that are smaller, or let's call them on the side quests, to gain the respect of each of the leaders? Maybe one involving cooking, one involving... That's something that's unique for all of us. Do you have a graveyard? That eventually we could eventually meet these leaders.
Tone?
Parade in a week.
Tone, has anyone ever told you talk really weird?
All the time.
Looks at you and goes like, that is an interesting prospect. I haven't heard many people attempt that. It seems like a lot of work. And to find each of those things might be very oddly specific. However, you're more than welcome to try.
If we were to do something like that, what direction would you point us in?
Probably through the
Manfred.
main gate first. Walk with me.
Great.
Yes.
Wait,
Humphrey.
above the table as we're walking through the gate,
Mm-hmm.
what are the specifics of this that we know?
Of the
Do we
bomb
know-
situation.
Yeah.
The bomb situation. So you really don't. So you don't know much about it, other than the fact that I believe that you actually have the schematics of it. So it's like when you are able to find it, you're going to be able to pretty adequately disable it. However, you didn't have the plan of like where it's being placed, and now that you see what this whole city is, you're like, oh, this isn't just like a town on a rock. This is like this is kind of crazy. And so now it's getting a little bit more, I think even in your mind, you would have no idea where it would be placed. And now you're also going like, okay, if the 2 is here, and the 2 is dealing with it, and the 2 can look like anyone,
Fuck that too.
well, that's rough. Like,
Also, it's a super bad look if we're like, here, you have a bomb somewhere and it looks exactly like this. And they're like,
we
oh,
have to
and
gain
you
the
put
trust
it
of
there?
the people of Fablerise. Go ahead.
So we don't know where it is. Do we know when it's supposed to go off?
no, you actually don't know that exactly, but it didn't seem like it was it didn't, in the notes, it didn't seem like it was imminent. It seemed like there needed time for 2 to infiltrate. It seemed like the only reason you put 2 into a place is for a slow burn job. You don't put 2 in place if you need something done quickly. It's not a brute like strength kind of thing. If you just needed someone to, and also now that you're like seeing, okay, well, there was this whole security thing, it might be very hard to do what they're doing. So yeah.
And I had one more question. Do we know for sure the 2 is in the city, or like pretty 90% sure? Sure.
I'm pretty sure you learned you learned, or at least I think Marabella, you learned that yes, the 2 is in the city.
Great. Okay, cool. There's a 2 in the city. Cool.
Yeah, where did we learn that?
I'm pretty sure Kellenbor told you. But like the 2
And a 2.
I thought
A 2 is
that,
basically.
like, the 2,
oh, go ahead.
there's 1 2,
Yes.
and that my mother's image is with the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I had written down.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure that that was information that was given out.
Huh. Okay.
Was that, and maybe I'm wrong. I'm just going to confirm for you guys, you've been reading things about that, like, the 2 would be here, that the 2 has the bomb, that the bomb's coming here, so it would stand to reason that the 2 would be
Awesome. I'm at a point with the
Okay.
notes that, like, it's more of, like, a zebra in a crowd situation, and I can't pull the information out that I need to, because it's, like, it's there, but it's overwhelming to read.
I do have a note of Longscarf's dad, known as the White, was an asshole. That's something I wrote down.
He very much was, too, so you're not wrong about that.
Yeah,
Look at
Stevie
this
knows all
douche.
about it.
So a 2 is basically like deck of cards special forces, right? Like the biggest, baddest
They're
card
an assassin.
there is.
They're
yeah,
assassins.
or
Caduceus
not
are
biggest,
wild.
baddest, but like
Yeah.
Their 2s are wild, and I first was under the impression that there were 4 different 2s, but it's actually not 2. There's actually 1 2 who's just like a face shape changer and like has my mom's image. Now that we're here, can I just reach into my bag and like grab my mom's heart and try to like reach out and see if her image is nearby? I don't know what check that would be, or if
Are you
you're
doing
like,
this in
Hannah.
front of Manfred?
I mean, to him, it would probably just be like me reaching into my bag, grabbing something, and then closing my eyes. I don't know if he would. That might look a little sus, but that could be a human thing. That he just doesn't know.
Maybe we should just tell Manfred what we're doing.
yeah, I don't see why not.
Unless Manfred's the 2.
No.
Wait, about the bomb?
The 2 could be anyone.
That would break my heart.
No, yeah, let's not.
I love Manfred.
I know, I do
What
too.
kind of love?
Familial. I think familial
Okay.
love.
It's gonna be like, is John gonna
Can,
fuck
can
this
Griselda-
Different
cube?
types of love.
Mm-hmm.
Can Griselda ask one of like the minion angels? Excuse me. Do you know where I can find ruby clothing? Like she's just trying to talk to one of them.
They
They-
all answer.
They turn to you. Manfred just goes, "Oh, I wouldn't," and then they just turn and go, "Welcome, happy person." As they're just moving boxes.
Oh.
Manfred, I have a question. Where?
Yes.
Is it possible to buy ruby clothing here?
Clothing. Clothiers, yes. There are many different places where you can find articles of clothing. Off the top of my head, there's Wifflewax Playthings, Phase End Fashions, and Thimble and Marble. But of course, there's many other small boutiques that I don't care to mention because they have not paid for that yet.
Is there a directory of where I can see these other stores?
You're speaking to it, but if you would like a physical one, yes, if we keep walking inside. You all keep asking questions as we're outside the doors, but I'm fine to keep walking. And are you going to take out the jar?
No, not take it out. I
Oh.
wanted to like grab
Okay.
it in the bag, so
Okay,
it's not
Make
like
make an Arcana check for me as you do that.
Arcana.
I
don't
mean,
know.
you're essentially asking to do an Arcana.
Okay,
You're asking to do a
Yes.
spell.
I am. Oh, 16.
Well, yeah, there is like a find person. There's a locate object. 16. So you
Oh,
touch the heart and you just kind of connect with it and feel it beat. In this moment, you can feel like the presence, like you did before, of your mom being with you. The presence of her visage in the city. It's hard to tell. It's hard to gauge. But make an insight check for me.
Okay. My bot. Nat 1.
Well, then with a nat 1, you're not quite sure, but it feels comforting. It feels comforting to do that. Manfred continues. Manfred continues on, just walking through. But yes, those are 3 wonderful establishments. If you would like any kind of clothing, or it seems as though you might be into new fashions, as you all are wearing very dirty clothing.
Oh,
Oh.
I agree. I think we should all go.
We just got fucking served by this robot guy.
Also, Manfred, do you recommend any blacksmiths that might be specifically good at handling magical materials?
Is clothing not supposed to be dirty?
Well, some clothing is meant to be dirty, but some is not. Oh, brother. Yes, it seems, are you going to, let me ask you one question, actually, my good sir. Are you going to keep asking me questions about different establishments in this city that sell things?
Just that one, and another one.
Okay, let's get you on over to the concierge table, and also a directory, because that might be actually very helpful for you all. Manfred kind of opens the doors. You walk past the statues of the 6 founders, very reminiscent to if you've been picketing at the Disney lot, the different dwarves holding up the building. You see make a perception check, everyone, as you're walking past the statues of these founders.
Can I also ask Manfred if he sees
another botch? I'm so sorry, Natasha.
Okay. If he sees my crown and wings? I got 13. Like Griselda tries to kind of like walk in front of him a little and like looks back at him.
Yeah, no, Manfred just goes, are you asking him, or are you just doing that?
I think she's trying to vibe it out first. She walks a little in front of him.
Vibe it out. Make an insight check.
Trying to make a vibe check.
Okay, let's see. First one is, goodness gracious. 23.
23. 23. You can see that, I guess it's not so much of a vibe check, but you can see that whenever Manfred, who again is essentially, if the other ones are little circles, Manfred's just like a walking cube with like a monocle and a mustache, with 2 eyes though. We'll just like look over at you, and occasionally we'll just glance up. Like you've seen with a 23, you just see when you walk in front of him for seemingly no reason, Manfred just kind of glances at you and then looks up at your crown and looks back down.
Okay.
Clearly can see it.
The monocle is like a classic fantasy monocle where it's just an eye that's way bigger framed by a monocle, right?
No, I mean on him because he's like a little tiny like metallic box. Yeah. It is literally like a almost like retractable thing that is
like, cool, like a little telescope eye.
Little telescope thing, and then a lens that comes back down.
Yeah.
The Modrons are cool. They're very stupid, but they're fun.
At 18.
Okay. So when you're 18, yeah, what did everyone get in perception? I know we got a botch over here.
13.
10.
10. Okay, so what you're all able to at least get the idea. You see this all in very clearly all wearing like suits of like the 1920s, like 1920s, like even though the architecture is Art Nouveau, it's like Art Deco suits, but very slim fitting. Marty, what are you looking up?
When the Art Nouveau period was?
Oh, if you said it's like Barcelona, it's like Anthony Gaudi.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
saying Gaudi is the inspiration for the architecture. I'm saying like Art Nouveau. There's two different design theories: Art Nouveau and Art Deco. And I was saying that, the suits are more in like that line of like Great Gatsby, and then Art Deco is what the design is.
Gotcha. Love it. Wish I lived there.
You see like very clearly one of the statues is of this beautiful androgynous fae, like clear giant fae creature, like fairy but not small, like big, a fae that you've seen in like storybooks, not one that you recognize, but one that you just is that kind of creature, big, almost like feathers or like peacock feathers or wings. It's unclear, like butterfly wings in the back, but of course it's all sculpted.
But like not an Aarakocra, right?
No. Very clearly like a fae.
Okay.
Like slim androgynous features, wild big hair, and this like updo. They're not in a suit, but they're in like this dress, low cut, like plunging neckline, with their hand held outward. Then you see what is very clearly like in like a 3-piece suit. Looks like a fiend or a devil of some kind. Classic, handsome, slick. Like very discerning, like slicked back hair, goatee, a wink in the statue. You then see kind of two unassuming like brothers. You just see two unassuming brothers clearly next to each other. They're twins, both in little spectacles, kind of short, two tweed suits.
Are they Tweedledee and Tweedledum?
They're just two guys in tweed suits. You then see Humphrey. It's very clearly Humphrey, as it was pointed out to you when he said Humphrey the Unbroken, which is just this statue of this egg man. This egg man with lines cut down the side that's like gilded with gold in every place that there's a crack. A stern face.
Like that Japanese technique?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Exactly. And then you just see on the other end, on the final end, a kobold. Just a kobold, like with this like full headgear, standing proudly, like hands on hips. So small, but just so proud, like giant helmet headgear with a bunch of different gadgets coming out of it, just standing really proud. And those are the 6 statues that you see as you walk in to Fablerise.
Oh, we were just in like the entryway the whole time. Nice.
You were outside, still among the thing. You were walking. Like I said, this was like it was very similar to being outside of Disneyland. And then walking through the gates to Disneyland. And with that, let's go ahead and take our break as you enter Fablerise, and we'll see what it's like where you're actually in a place with shops and people. That's different for this campaign, gang. We'll see what happens. We'll see when I have to remember NPC names and they have to remember NPC names. See you
Oh
in a
God.
bit. everyone, we return to the entrance to Fablerise. So you walk in, and again, it's this, like, even for those who have been in the upper cities, like, this is wild architecture. It's much more in line, in keeping with, you know, it's still very fantasy, and it's not completely modernized, but it's still more, you know, tiled floors, like marble and gold being used in kind of everyday spaces, at least in this entranceway, you know. It looks like, this entranceway looks like the lobby of an old hotel. As you're kind of, like, moving on through, you see, like, portraits of the founders now, in this kind of area. Manfred just goes like, also, if you'd like to stay here, this is one of the most expensive establishments in Fablerise, but this is the Skyrise Inn, so if you would like a room, you could of course have one, but there might be more things that you, more in your price range outside, in the city proper.
Do you say that just because we're dressed in dirty rags?
Yes.
Okay.
Around how much is a night at the Skyrise Inn?
Oh, at the Skyrise Inn, that will run you about 5 gold an evening.
Oh,
Righty, that's good to know.
all right. Also, who do you
Arabella
work
would-
for?
Who do I work for?
Yes. And how much does he pay you?
Make a
Do
persuasion
you have any
check.
openings?
All right, here we go. Please, please, God, give me good. Mm-mm.
God,
Mm-mm.
what the heck?
What'd you get?
Mm-mm.
What'd you get?
4.
Okay. You see, Manfred just kind of looks at you, goes, I work for the god of machines, sir. That's who I work for.
Whoa.
He's
You put that wink away.
Whoa.
okay. Fair enough. You passed the integrity test. Tone will remember that.
All right.
Worth and screen. I'm in a mood.
That hot chocolate.
You just hear, like, a little mumble in that, like, dial-up modem.
Cast
Okay.
comprehend languages.
Do you?
No. I'm saving my slots. I want to see the city. I'm ready.
We never make it in.
No.
Griselda whispers to Marabella, can you ask them if there's like a monarch discount for anything?
Okay.
As I don't want to do it myself. It's kind of weird.
Sure. Manfred,
Yes.
are there any type of discounts for like special visitors from faraway places or like monarchs per se?
Oh, yes. Not so much, look, this place, Fablerise, is a collective of many different cultures, of those who found themselves lost here, but still wanted the experience of the Feywild, wanted to make the best of their world. They wanted something a little bit more exciting than the, dull life of the here and there. So they found themselves up in the sky, free from all the troubles down below, still happening, that we care to forget about. As such, many different systems of barter have been made here. Of course, it's still the Feywild, so any kind of deals you might want to make with any person is fine, and those are kind of self-regulating. We don't do anything for that nature. Money of certain kinds within gems and gold, some people care about them still, as those still have alchemical processes that work with magical spells and the like. When it comes to what you're describing, the monarch, well, not so much discounts, but I do know that there are some people in the city who would like that power for themselves. It is a good bargaining chip if you would like to trade in your crown and wings. However, other than that, I don't see it being that much of a use.
Excuse me.
Yes?
All right.
That power for themselves? What do the crown and wings do?
The monarch crown and wings. You've traveled and gotten that dirty without fully figuring out what they do?
Correct.
He's just
Yeah.
asking a question.
I'm just curious. I mean, like, I know what they do, but for the rest of, just in case anyone here might not understand, maybe just a refresher could be helpful.
Wandered away from him.
As I understand it, there are those who get brought here from the other worlds, any of the other worlds, and as they get brought here, some are, let's say, cast in a special role in which some are come here to be saviors of the world, some come to be experiencers of the world, some come to potentially be rulers of this land. Those who could be rulers of this land are labeled as monarchs. Not all monarchs are monarchs, but monarchs are the ones who can be monarchs. And since you are one, it means you might be one. And as such, you have power over those who live in this world, namely those who are from this land, those who came here from other means, those who came here from teleporting in, finding themselves lost here. All those people, they won't give two cares about this at all. However, those who were born here, they can't help but feeling the ever-powerful drive to obey the monarchs. So, you might have noticed that some people who were born here do not wish to tussle with you.
Yes.
That's pretty much it. Also the fact that you could sit upon the throne of Prismere for a time.
Where's that?
We came from Prismere.
Oh.
You're in Prismere.
We're in
Yeah.
Disney.
Sorry, I thought.
But we're in the
I thought
sky
it was a
above
chair. I thought it was a
Prismere.
chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a literal throne.
Well, yeah, no, well, there are certain things that I have been...
Like a photo op.
There have been
You
certain
know?
things that I have been tasked with knowing, and there are certain things that I don't fully know. I know enough to get around and to explain things to people who find themselves here confused only because they came here with a happy thought and some pixie dust in their pocket. Other than that, I don't know everything. I do know a lot about this city in particular, though.
Can I ask one more question before we go into Fablerise?
Of course.
Could the god of machines create a rock that he himself could not lift?
A rock. The god of machines. Creating a rock. The god of intricate design. Clockwork workings. Making a lump of molecules.
No. It's not just, a lump of molecules actually has a lot of intricate workings, much like a clock. But that does not answer the question.
Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
there is a distinct lack of ego within the god of the machines. The god of the machines does not need to prove themselves with strength or acts of strength. I said strength before, but that is the simplest answer. They are interested in their creations, and the creation that surpasses them.
I love the God of Machines. I'd love to hear more about him, but come on. It's right there. Let's go. It's right there. It's right there. Let's go.
Yeah, let's agree.
Okay.
I didn't have any questions. Most of my
You're right.
questions can be solved by going and being here.
Good point. Good point. I'm sorry. That was more of a bit. Let's go.
No, it's all good. I actually was curious about the crown and wings. I have kind of more questions than when I started now. But yeah, let's
All right. Well, if you have any more questions, you can always visit Manfred, your friendly local concierge, at the welcoming party for Fablerise here at the Skyrise. Welcome on in, and as we always say, and a bunch of the other Modrons kind of come on in, like fly on in. Welcome, happy people! Welcome, happy people!
Love it.
How much is a 2-bed, 2-bath here?
Love it.
So you kind of go, you shuffle through into the other side, you open the doors, and again, the architecture is, it's not every building is as grandiose as this one, but it's still that kind of very organic, fey, but still city. Like there are buildings, more buildings than you've seen before, but it's all kind of colorful, and glass is, everything is just kind of rounded off. There's no like sharp angles. It's all moving. The stained glass has flowers and depictions of fields, and you just see almost like, you know, if you look at, again, I'm using Art Nouveau, and if you go into like the Barcelona stuff, or like the entrance to the metro in Paris, like all that kind of stuff is shoved into like this fantasy city. And you see walking around just kind of through the streets, there are, you know, little street vendors, performers. You see gnomes and half-orcs and centaurs and pixies and dragonborn and leonin, and basically all kind of different races coming together, just all walking through very simply. This whole city, it seems to be that it you like look up and it's as if it's on a monorail, but it's not. There are just kind of you could say like air buses, but they're just like a hot air balloon that just has a bigger basket carrying people, and you see them kind of going in a line on a predetermined track through the city, landing at what looks like almost like a subway station. And it's like people coming off and getting on to this like air taxi essentially, but again, it's just this like bigger wicker basket that then just closes, and then it just gets lifted up into the air and starts flying around. And you see, this is not as big as like Waterdeep. It's not like a huge city. It's still a very large city. But you see in like the middle of this city, it kind of winds its way up. You can imagine that like this entire city kind of feels like it's built on a mountain, in the fact that it kind of is not tiered, but it kind of spirals its way up and up, like going to like lower floors, and then it goes up and up and up. It kind of ends on what is very clearly a big castle. It looks like a castle, and then even above that is what looks like a peak. And there's something, make a perception check, everyone.
16.
12.
14.
9.
You're not able to, it's very far away. You're not able to fully see what it is. But Golzog just turns and looks at a sign that says, you know, like you're at the lowest point. It says like, you know, lowest point here, you are here, highest point, Fablerise Observatory. He's like, oh, it's probably that.
I point the sign out to everybody about the Fablerise Observatory. So how do we get an audience with the 6 statues?
Specifically Humphrey, I think.
Specifically, yeah, that guy. head of the security or whatever. We got to tell them about the. And he looks around at the crowded street and then whispers,
Maybe we have a code word for it. That way, any magical things still won't know what it is. Maybe
Package.
the package, yeah? Sure.
that's not bad.
Well, we don't want people to get excited. I get excited about kids.
Package is still a little suspicious, I think.
And
What
potentially
about
exciting.
the tomato?
The tomato.
But what if you reference your tomato?
Well, that's Tomas. Come
That's
on,
Tomas.
Gulzog. Get with it.
Okay, the tomato. Great, I like that.
So we need to talk to someone about the tomato,
But
which is the bomb.
and I also think we need to stop and see if we can get some Ruby clothing. So we should maybe go to a concierge desk, get a
Yes,
map.
what was the ruby clothing for above the table? I wrote it down.
Ruby clothing is how you get.
Oh, Zelda.
It's how you get to Yawn.
It's how you get to yawn.
A specific set of like enchanted ruby clothing. Yeah.
Is that as pressing as the bomb?
Well,
Yes.
this is-
The tomato?
I think this is maybe me just speaking in a very alien way, but I feel like once we go to the bomb area, it's a message may appear on the screen that'll say, after this point, there's no going back. So, you know what I mean? If this were an RPG, I feel like cutscenes are going to start kicking in
Hell yeah.
if we go to the bomb area.
Yeah, let's do
Tomato
some
area.
quests. Let's do some side quests.
Above the table, yeah, let's do fun stuff. But let's shop around.
Yay! And it's important.
And yes,
it?
Yeah.
but on the table, Gulzog is freaking out about not dealing with the bomb right away. All right,
First things first, should we find a place to stay?
yes, and I think 5 gold a night sounds expensive.
Why don't we go to that
Others-
concierge desk and get some recommendations?
Good
I
plan.
think I would love to do that. And then maybe also we get some ruby clothes, like you said. Do the clothes have to be ruby colored, or do they have to have rubies on them?
You know that they're not just like they have to have rubies on them, and it's not just like It's not like, oh, maybe I could find them at like a clothing shop. You could probably talk to clothing shops about them, but like they are magic items. Like they are specific magic items. But that you know are somewhere here. But clothing shops probably are a good way to maybe ask about them if they're legendary of some kind. You know.
Okay.
Well, since we're gonna be here a while, should we check with the concierge first and shopping second?
Did we get
Yes.
any rubies from the Tin Man?
We got gems.
I'm sure
Yeah, were any
some of
of them-
them would have been rubies. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Good food for thought.
good call.
All right, concierge. Here we go.
Okay, so do you go to a concierge?
Mhm.
So as you're walking through, again, it's you're walking in. I'd say as you're walking into this place, again, all real life ways of just kind of grounding you all. It's like walking into the Grove for a moment. You're like it's a nice shopping area at the beginning.
Love it.
And so you can see kind of like placards of directories, and there is like little stalls with different knickknacks being sold, but there is one that's just like a help desk.
Go to the farmer's market.
There is one. But there's
Mirabelle wants to like.
there's a concierge desk kind of seated very close to as you exit the skyrise. Like close by what seems like a little lake, like a pond. You don't see anyone there, but you see a little bell.
Ding.
Yes, hello. and it's just another quadrone that looks exactly like Manfred.
And what's your name?
Manfred?
My
What's
name
your
is
name?
Manfred.
Manfred.
It is lovely to meet you. Oh, yes, you met me, did you?
You're not the same guy?
Oh, wait, give me one moment. Ah, yes. I am annoyed by one of you, but I won't tell you which. Hello, what would you like to know?
Oh.
Me. It's me.
We're looking for a place to stay that maybe isn't so expensive as the Skyrise.
Right, so I was correct.
Okay.
We've got. Oh, it is. You're the same one.
Well, that's it. Just says well.
This is really starting to go.
Guys, this is
we're
a
very
crazy
good at
idea,
budgeting.
but I think they're all the same guy. Like, there's more than one,
Like they share the same data.
but they're all him.
right.
Okay.
Well, so there is, of course, the Pillow Fort. Then there's also the Lucid Dream. Then there's also David's.
Right
David
next door to a
sounds
place
nice.
called Buster's.
I like the sound of all of those places.
They all
David
sound very
sounds
nice.
fun.
What
I've got an Uncle David.
What is the order of expensiveness, and what do they all offer?
Ah, yes. Well, the Pillow Fort. It is very accurate in name. It is a giant building made entirely out of pillows. Very fun, sometimes bouncy, or not, if you like different kinds.
What the heck?
It is a very lovely building. In the upper reaches of the city, more in the mid-spiral. If you go walking up towards Fablerise, in the mid-spiral of this place is the Pillow Fort. It is a pretty nice accommodation, a little bit more expensive than you might want, but for the novelty of such a thing, you might understand. That, my friends, is 1 gold an evening. Ah, the Lucid Dream. This is just a standard inn with a wonderful name. That would be about 5 silver an evening. And David's. David's is barter only. And David's is the home of a minotaur named David.
What the heck?
My vote's on David's. I don't know
It's
about
just
y'all, but
some guy's house.
that he put on the
Minotaur-
costume.
Minotaur's
The
house.
history director.
Give me 1 moment.
Celebrating?
Ah, yes, he made quite a, if it goes wrong for him, bad deal to make sure that his place gets listed on the directory.
I think we should go to David's.
What are the...
And he just like Manfred just go like, oh. Yes, reading the fine print of this particular Feywild contract, this could go very bad for David. But it is on the directory now.
Could
Yeah,
you say
how
more
is it
about
now?
about how it could go bad for David?
Oh no, that is very much against the Feywild law.
But like, it won't be bad for us if we stay there, right? Like, we're not signing any kind of fine.
Other than the fact that you'd be staying at the house of a guy named David. No, it has nothing to do with
people
you.
named David.
Would
What's
it-
wrong with
would
people
it-
named David?
Would it sway you if I told you I was vibrating with curiosity, but also reluctant to go to David's?
I'll be honest with you. I think that is what David is banking on, and that's why he made this deal. And I'm not saying that there aren't benefits to this deal that he made, but just that I'm looking at the fine print, and if it doesn't work out for him, David.
Okay.
We need to
Is-
go to David's house.
Is
We
that
gotta
I guess
support
we gotta go to David's.
Guys, we can't support corporate Fablerise with all their Pillow Town and
Right.
Sky High.
This is an Airbnb.
Stick with your mom and pop shop and
Well,
Gucci
Airbnb
babes.
has become a fucking corporate
Yes.
shit land.
Is-
Sorry, I'm triggered by Airbnb.
Last question.
Blood on the sheets.
Is there a
You had blood on your shoe?
I had to fully leave. Yeah.
Is there like a quest advisor or like or like some kind of review system in Fablerise where people rate or rank some of these places? Are there any reviews?
Yeah, I see the Yelp page.
There.
Not as much. However, not as much for inns and stores. That's more word of mouth. However, there is a robust culture of food and eateries in Fablerise. There is actually for the Fablerise founding day parade, there is also a giant cook-off between some of the greatest chefs in the multiverse.
What?
All
Hell yeah.
culminating here in Fablerise.
There's a
There's
cook-off?
also a tone-a-thon where they toned their McTone tone.
We're gonna be here for so long.
Yes, there will be the top chefs from Insatiable, Gastronome, Golden Swill, Blanche by Blanche, Elderflower, Fort Olive, Mind Filea, and Taste of Home.
This is all
Mindfulayer.
so far out of my comfort zone. Do you have like? I heard one of you say Yelp. Is that like Yell?
Yes.
In my clan, if you don't like someone's cooking or hospitality, you can yell it to the rest of the clan.
That's
And
great.
that is called a Yell review. Do people yell about how, like, can we hear any of these reviews, or is that not possible?
Well, obviously, there are hecklers at theaters. Is that what you mean?
But
No.
like with food.
Okay.
Not as
Should we-
much, but if you are looking for places where clans might hang out, as you can almost see he went associated word clan.
Yeah.
There is some underground, wink wink, it's not underground, it's very corporate, fights that could be had, if you wish to have any kind of fighting to be done. Kind of a
Arabella
tournament
elbows
thing.
Golzog.
Why do you think I'm good at fighting?
Is there
We're
anything
just fighting.
about little pigs?
Looks
I
We're gonna
swear
go
to
to,
God,
like,
if
Three
you
Little
sell
Pigs
Ladybug,
scenario.
I will.
I'm just wondering. She's
um,
like a baby. Like,
You have never once
Oh.
indicated.
hello, little pig. Well, yes, but little pigs. There are those who own them. There are those who butcher them. What are you looking for exactly?
if there are any events specifically for little pigs.
Parade. Maybe the parade has a small animal race.
Or
Like,
Tone, you told me about the beauty contest they have for animals and children. A pageant, an animal pageant.
A pageant, yes.
Yes, indeed. There is the Belle of the Ball, which is technically open to all manner of species. It has never been won by a little pig before, but that is not to say never. It is the masquerade ball that is on the eve of the Fablerise parade. Again, there is no little pig has ever won before. However, former winners have been a sentient fork, and some ooze. So that's not out of the realm of possibility.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, I think-
and also, is there a monarch mixer to meet.
Wow.
Sure.
So eager to say goodbye to your old
I'm
friend.
just wondering. Goodness.
I want to meet I want to hang out with my true friends. I want to be I want to be around monarchs and okay, Your Majesty.
Oh no.
Not so much a monarch mixer. That's not really been a thing. However, if you want to try to make that happen, that is something that you could do. Putting that out there into the world. However, I think that if you wanted to go to a higher class form of people, wink, wink, wink.
Oh no.
You would want to be visiting Blanche by Blanche. Blanche is a monarch herself.
She's a monarch and a cook.
Yes, Blanche calls herself the
see?
Queen of Cutlery.
There, we all have so much in common.
Okay, so are we going to David's?
Let's go to David's.
Let's go to David's. That's what I've been saying. Let's go to David's.
And then I'll take a map for later. I'll take a really huge map with me, a book. Oh, is there like a day pass for the basket rail you have?
Oh. Yes, of course. You're going to have to go to the Transit Authority to do that.
Okay. Oh, you don't do it here?
No, I'm a concierge, but I will do it over there if you go over there.
Okay, see you there.
Wait, what does he mean he'll go over there, or there's like another guy who's also him?
I think it's
Another
another
guy
guy, and
who's
he'll
also
upload his consciousness again, and he'll say, "Oh, I like all you except one," and then we'll go ahead and pay them. You know,
Upload?
upload.
All right, let's go to David's.
All right, let's go to David's.
What are we gonna barter with David?
I don't know.
I have
That's the
no
real
idea.
question.
Wait, oh shit.
Oh shit!
So, okay, so you get a map, and you see that, like, there's like a few different, like, they're kind of like I said, it kind of spirals, and David is in like the lower spiral. Like the skyrise sits in the lower spiral, but it goes so high that it kind of becomes very to do. David's is in, again, no part of this place is like really poor. It's like all nice, but it is clearly like the poorer part of Fablerise. As you're walking along, it's just like the houses are less gilded. It's more like stone based. It's more of like a normal fantasy city as you get kind of closer to the like bottom
But
area.
like not filthy.
No, not filthy. I guess not. Yeah, it's not like totally like filthy, but compared to everything else, it's a little bit less. You know, it's like a little bit less. This is clearly where some, like, every city has its, like, you know, seedier parts, and this is the seedier part, but it's still nice. It's still lovely.
Yeah.
And you go and you see, like, this is where you get clearly like an apartment complex. Like, it's like an apartment complex, but the building seems good. You know, building seems nice. There's this apartment complex, but right next to the apartment complex is just this little, not little. It's a pretty big house comparatively, but it's a kind of like a little house
On a prairie.
that you see when you're like going down this, like, one of the streets, and it's the one house in the street that has like way too much of a lawn. Like the lawn has overgrown. And it feels like it's abandoned, but it's not. Like, it's not a bad house. Like, the house is good bones, but like, you're like, oh, what happened to this particular house that made it look spooky and weird, and everything else is pretty manicured? And that's what you get when you kind of go towards the address that has been listed for David's.
I like it.
Who has the most charisma in this party? Because it ain't me.
Oh.
Not
Not
me.
me. I have a
Wait.
10.
Oh, I have a 10 as well.
Wow.
I have an 11.
I have a 13.
Well,
So it's you.
Jesus Christ.
uh,
You know, people like scaredy cats.
I don't know how that's relevant. Okay. I'll go talk to David. Golzog goes up to the. Is there a bell or a knocker? What's the?
Yeah, there's a like again, everything. The house doesn't look bad. It's just like a little bit more clearly like odd. It's next to this high rise of apartments, and then there's just this little house that's clearly, it almost looks like the house that refuses to give up their land for more high rises to be built. That's
Hell
like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Fuck yeah, David.
And
good luck, Golzog.
And there's like a golden knocker.
Golzog's gonna daintily pick the knocker up and just like knock.
Make a perception check.
Just me?
Mm-hmm.
16.
You hear like a little bit of a like
what noise is that?
Like you don't know. You're not able to fully discern it. You just hear like some kind of clamor in the background.
I think someone's in there, guys.
Well, yeah, it's David.
Right.
Come on, Ma. Hey, all right. Hello. Who is calling?
Hi, I am Golzog Intestine Scarf, and I'm here. I'm here with some associates to ask about accommodation.
Oh, you saw me in the directory?
Yeah, we saw that David's was a place that was listed.
Oh, Ma, it worked. Ma, it worked. Okay, shush. You look great. No, yeah, okay. Oh, yes, of course. Wonderful. Absolutely. Come on in and prepare to be dazzled. And you open the door, and you see, as the door gets opened, they're standing in a just 1-to-1 Beauty and the Beast like outfit is David the Minotaur in this like beast suit, like standing upright, going, "Hello, friend. My name is David. Welcome to David's."
Hi.
Oh.
Golzog, and is his mom right next to him?
So you actually look in, and inside the house, it looks like it looks bigger on the inside. It's like, there's
nice.
Some like magic going on here where it looks very wonderfully like beautiful cottagecore, but there's like a weirdly, like, it's just this house is the facade, but on the inside it's like nice. There's like a reception desk, and there's this other minotaur with spectacles, kind of graying hair, clearly female, sitting behind the desk, just looking at you, sitting very well. It almost looks like the like a small spa lobby before.
Well, hi. We'd like 4 rooms if you have them.
4 rooms. Yes. Madeline, would you think we could accommodate 4 rooms? 4
Griselda,
rooms.
can I
Didn't he
can
call
share
her
one
Ma?
too if we need?
You heard her call him up behind the door, and he called her Madeline to your face.
Okay.
I mean, you can make an insight check on that if you want.
Sure.
And we all.
I mean, yeah. Only Golzog heard the Ma thing, though.
Oh, okay.
10.
And I did guidance you, Golzog.
Oh,
I
thank
don't know
you.
if you heard that, but I did.
I did not, but I'm using it right now. 12.
12. He's clearly hiding the fact that it's his mother
Oh,
at the moment
Yes.
from you. He's at
Okay,
least he's
great.
trying to. Or at least he's trying to put on an air of more professionalism. So Madeline, do you think that we could accommodate 4? 4 rooms. And then I ring the bell 4 times. Oh yes. You see her, she rings this bell 4 times. And
adorable.
and you see like 4 flashes of light, like ting, 4 rooms, absolutely. We got 4 rooms for you, already made and ready to go. Oh no!
Beautiful
no.
place. Beautiful place.
Thank you.
It's
That's
gorgeous.
The
Yeah.
service here, it's so good.
That's very kind of you to say. They're very lovely. I hope that you can, I really hope that you enjoy your stay. If I can ask, what made you choose David's over such other fine establishments?
So, we were very intrigued by the description, and we are traveling on something of a budget. And honestly, I wish I could say it was more about the budget, but we were mostly interested when we heard that it was a family business.
Exactly. And that is not a lie. That is truth.
That is 100% true.
All right. Wonderful. So, as you know, we do have a barter system here, at least for now. That's just kind of how we're doing things. So, we can either do deals, or we can do favors, or we can do, many of other things, or items of value. Either one, it could be individual, each for your individual rooms, or a big one for all 4. You seem to be friends.
Might I confer with my compatriots real quick?
Of course.
Guys, what if we told him that if he lets us stay here, we'll save Fablerise from being destroyed, and that's our payment for staying at the thing?
I think if we say that, we're going to get visitors in the night. Because I don't think he may keep that information to himself. And I just think maybe we save that for an authority figure, because some things could get lost in translation. I think it's traditional.
Fair enough.
Well, you
Fair
could
enough.
ask him if he needs me to bury any dead for him.
Oh, I've got one.
I had an idea too. Go ahead.
So, I heard him call. I'm saying this so that he doesn't hear me. I heard him call the front desk Minotaur Mom. We could barter our memory of knowing that she's his mom.
Sounds like that's what you would do.
Can I
Barter? Yeah, I mean, he can have that, and then
offer a more altruistic?
Yeah, yes, I love
suggestion?
that. I like being altruistic.
Sincerely, we all have great talents, and this is a new family business. We could offer to spruce up the outside of his business, maybe like mow the lawn. Mirabella could dig some irrigation holes, or not irrigation, but aerate the ground for
Grave sites. Oh.
new grass. And then you're a fantastic artist, and you haven't painted once in the last couple of weeks.
Oh,
Maybe you could paint a mural of, I don't know, I'm thinking outside the box here.
I like that idea. Give the front a little makeover, a facelift, if you will.
All right.
That's my thought.
And then what do Ladybug and I do?
You can make plants grow.
I think you offer
poop is
here's
excellent
my
fertilizer.
Thought. Or we say, you know what you don't have? Branding. And you could offer to sell Ladybug as a mascot temporarily, to the business, and maybe you could get a little grain or coin.
She could endorse it as a monarch.
That's a really good point.
Oh,
you're a brand ambassador.
And then also, you could use your magic to
influence.
Make the little plants grow in the front, like the hedges.
You could grow beautiful hedges or a tree or something.
I think I feel more comfortable doing the landscaping, if that's all right.
Okay.
I appreciate your integrity.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn back around to David.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, David.
Yeah.
Could we barter the use of some of our skills? We think we have some skills that would help you grow your business. Namely, I am a pretty skilled artist and painter. I could help rework your sign or do a mural for you. And this gentleman here is a cook, the turtle one.
Turtle.
This gray-skinned dwarf is good with dirt and hedges. She could help with
I dig
gardening and your landscaping, or any stonemasonry you might need done. And we actually have a monarch here who is also a magic user, and she could help grow some plants in your hedges as well, if that's something you would like, to help with the aesthetic appeal of the outside of the business.
If you dream it, we can do it.
Well, hold on. Okay.
With some limitations may apply.
Some limitations, sure.
You see David almost immediately starts tearing up.
Oh.
Oh my God! No! What did I say?
You want? And you see like the woman behind you goes, like, also starts like getting like, oh. And he goes, so you're gonna, the thing that you're gonna barter is that you're gonna help me grow my business?
Is he crying because he's offended or happy at that?
Yeah, can we insight check his crying?
All insight check.
You can all insight check.
Oh my God, okay, I rolled pretty well. Oh God, okay.
I botched my insight check.
21.
A 9.
27.
Oh, you guys.
Golzog in character thinks he really fucked up.
This was a terrible idea.
Everyone else can tell he is so touched. You can see the entire time he was like very nervous while you were all talking that like maybe you weren't going to stay there, like that you were like, gonna leave, and that like he was just kind of like twiddling his thumbs, and he's just like,
It's so wholesome.
Okay.
Dylan.
So look, it's just really, it's been difficult. I've been trying to turn my life around, and I've been making a lot of deals to make the best home away from home in Feywild. It's because I feel like people don't like I feel like the other places are more novelties, and I felt like when people come here and come to Fablerise, you know, they're looking for a place to feel safe from feeling lost, and the amount of deals I've had to make you know to make the inside of this house magic, and to put my name on a directory, and if I had look. You guys, you don't, and you just hear like Madeline just goes like, sweetie, it's okay,
Oh
Hi,
my god.
Hi, I'm. She goes like, hello, I'm his mother, Madeline. So he's like, yeah, it's my mom. It's my mom's. She works the front desk for me, and she's getting old, and I want to actually have someone who was like, I don't want to have her work at the front desk the entire time. She deserves to retire, and I just want to. This is, you know, rough on me. It's just like as he's just like weeping, he's like, okay, who, yeah, all right. Did you say that you're a chef?
I am. I'm a aspiring chef. I have some recipes, and maybe I could come up with an easy recipe with you that you could easily make when I leave. Or I could also make some maybe to-go meals that you could offer your patrons or something.
You don't have any idea how big that is here. The food culture, the foodie culture in Fablerise is at a level that it's almost problematic. It is crazy what's happening out here, and if I could have any kind of leg up or any kind of food coming in as a place to, like a dish or a signature chef, or like any kind of chef that this is doing good, that would be incredible. The idea of having, because again, it's been like one thing after another, and when I was making the deals, it was like, do you want the inside or the outside to be the best, to be like a homey looking place? And I said the inside because I felt like that was, but like that the outside got all fucked, and the inside is nice though. Yeah, what's up?
Can I just say already you have a great slogan that you should put in the concierge the paperwork. You should say the best home away from home. You said that to us when we stayed, and you just said that to us. It came from the heart. You should say the best home away from home.
Okay, it might be hard because I already made that deal, but it's
Table
good,
that.
but,
Table that for later.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Table that for later.
So obviously, look, if you're gonna help me out, I obviously accept that bargain. Look, that is the nicest thing. I don't even know what to say. I hope you enjoy your rooms and your stay. That gives you stay as long as you want. Like, truly, you stay as long as you want, because if you're gonna help me make this place better, it's just, you know, I was
Praise be unto Grumsh. For a sec, I thought you were mad at us for that offer, but it sounds, from what you're saying, like you're happy about this deal.
Yeah, I'm happy. It took me, hey buddy, it took me a long time to realize that crying can also be because of happy too. That took me a while, and I figured that out late in life.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most beautiful flower?
David looks wistfully out the window. Mountain thyme.
What?
Mountain thyme is a flower.
Oh.
Is this a real flower?
Mm-hmm. Wild mountain thyme.
Oh, mountain thyme.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Okay.
It's a purplish
Little purple buzz.
flower, little purple flower.
Oh, cute. Okay.
But he just like looks
You got
wistfully
it.
out the window as he says it.
Oh,
All right, let's get to work. Who else is feeling motivated?
wistfully looks.
I am. So let's do it. Do we have like a 1980s fixing it up montage? How does this work?
Well, that's up
Can
to you
you-
all, because like the thing is, it might take time to actually do the things that you want to do.
Can
Also,
you put
Foley-
on "Wake Me Up Before You Go"?
No, it'll
Okay.
completely make the stream get unlisted.
Demonetized.
Okay, cool. Well, that
I would love to, Marty.
What about raise me when it's about time for you to leave?
Raise me up.
when it's time for you to leave.
So I think we should
Stop
dedicate.
hanging around the something. All
I
right.
think there should be
Toy
a
with
gradual
string.
process that we should dedicate maybe an hour every day to improving things. Maybe
You know what's funny is that Zara would have offered to kill someone for him.
Mhm.
that's
Yeah,
true.
but like she does that for
100%.
everybody.
How do
So
you
I've been
know?
told by you guys.
That's true. Okay, I think for today, what I'd like to do is cast Unseen Servant to mow the lawn.
I mean, I would love to cast.
Well, I can.
You're right. Actually, you know what?
Dig it up.
You're right. You can dig
Well,
it up.
you can also
But-
all do it at the same time. You can do a joint group thing.
Or
Yeah.
But
I
but the
wa-
unseen servant can like kind of maybe help with Gulzog paint or like
Oh,
kind
that's
of
true,
do
I
some
can help-
general cleaning.
yeah, I can have. Yeah, I'll have Unseen Servant clean. Because we have to clean the probably
General
do a
tidy.
deep clean on these floors.
On the outside. Inside's good.
Yeah, the
right?
inside's actually pretty impeccable. It's like lovely.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like,
How's the out?
What?
Yeah. What is the most glaring, like, problem with the outside of the house? How's the lane leading up to the door?
Honestly, the most glaring problem. So it seems like when he was telling you a little bit about this, but I think as this is kind of going on, David kind of is opening up to you all. Like, and again, he's in this like big suit, but he's just like, yeah. So I made a couple deals, and when deals overlap, and the problem is that there are some deals with the Fae, but then because of where we are right now, there are some deals with demons and some deals with devils because they just happen to be in here. And I know what you're thinking. Like, why would you do that? It's like, well, look, one of the founders of the city is a damn devil or demon or whatever. I never really understood the difference too much, but it's kind of normalized here. And also, because of the fact that the Feywild's there, the deals are kind of wonky with devils. They don't really even know what they're doing all the time. So I wanted, they kind of said, like, I'm not the brightest, but I'm trying, and so I wanted the best, I wanted the best in, and it made essentially the inside really cool and magical and beautiful, but really made the outside awful. Put me in a really bad spot when it comes to foot traffic. I mean, obviously the high rise next door is not ideal. The outside got way dirtier, and the whole thing just started overgrowing. So I hope what you're able to do is able to counteract that. It may be a little bit more difficult, just because of what the deal did and how it backfired. But I'm not saying don't try
What
it.
was the deal exactly?
Well, that's the problem. See, it was multiple deals with multiple people. You could say that it was kind of like taking out loans, like too many, like on credit card debt, like
Gotcha.
like I was kind of writing checks I couldn't cash. And so it could have been like the deal that made it so that I could always have accommodations for anyone who came in, as you saw with the amount of rooms that kind of appeared magically, or the one that I had that was like, I want the inside to be as clean as possible. But, sometimes Fae deals, they're always trying to fuck you. They're always trying to screw you. And devil deals are also always trying to screw you in a different way. And it could be that they did that deal and said, yeah, sure, that's true. And then in the fine print they went, but also the outside is bad now. So it could have been with anyone. They really try to put the screws to us guys.
It sounds like people pass this place by because they think it's just a overgrown house, and we should maybe try to make it look like more like an N on the outside.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Right.
at the very least, and of course, this is why maybe it's better to have someone to bounce ideas off of, because I was thinking, make it just stand out. But now that I think about if I asked for a deal for it to stand out, that probably would also be turned against me pretty easily.
Right, it already stands out now and not a good way. So we want to try to make it stand out in a good way.
Yeah. You're muted.
Griselda puts her hand on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Who does Mountain Time remind you of?
You see him like go catatonic again. He just stares out the window.
Jesus Christ.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. 17.
He takes your hand gently off his shoulder and he just goes, I'll tell you the story one day. But we've only known each other for about 4 hours. So, maybe not yet.
4 hours.
We've known each other for 4 hours?
We've been here for
we-
4 hours.
We said that we were going past their time, right?
Okay. I'm gonna start working on the garden.
This is while we're working on stuff. I assumed it was like for free.
Oh.
No, you're right.
No, this is while we've been working on stuff, right?
Oh,
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Griselda.
Great.
Yeah.
What spells do you have to help make plants grow?
I have wither and bloom.
You,
We can ruin the apartment building
I
Oh,
believe it-
and make this
Hey,
fucking.
bloom. Wither
Well, that's
and
mostly
bloom.
for like.
that one genuinely
like
does
hit
destroy
points.
plants.
Can I kill weeds with it?
You could.
No, but growing plants, because I also have a spell called
You-
Decompose that I can use
You
to like.
also, Natasha, have
Wither
access
the
to.
plants.
And again, this is something that if you guys go to bed tonight and then wake up tomorrow, you do have access to plant growth. So you can change into having to spell plant growth.
That's a great spell for that.
That's a great spell for that.
Yeah.
All right. I know I can cast Decompose on the grass right now. That's kind of long. But that'll turn it into like a nice mulch, and then we can kind of get that into the soil a little bit, aerate it, and then so that way it's all ready to go for us planting stuff tomorrow. And that's my plan of attack.
And also, and to be fair, Wither and Bloom can work to like get rid of the foliage that it's not good right now, and then you can do plant growth tomorrow to make it like the good stuff.
That's true.
Okay, there we go.
I have a question for David.
Oh, and I have magic stone, so I can make a beautiful little border around the plant.
Ooh.
A nice walkway. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think that's what Magic Stone does, but
What is the
It's not, but no one ever uses magic stone, so fuck it. A cobblestone walkway?
So fuck
sure. Why not? Why?
Magic
What is
We
the
can also
fucking
just
harm?
make a nice cobblestone walkway with the
Yes,
stone.
but now it's a little magic. So
Okay.
Is the inside of the cottage? Is the inside of it like more? You said cottage core. Is that right?
yeah.
Like so, the inside is cottage core, but right now the outside is just sort of like an old house.
Yeah.
Well, an old house
Got
that's getting a full fresh coat of paint.
All right, get ready
I
because
could do
go ahead.
for tomorrow. I can prep, create, or destroy water, and I could create like a little pond.
Hell
So
yeah.
there's like a pond in the front. That could be really cool.
That's
It's
really
really
beautiful.
good for ecosystems, like to attract frogs there, other wildlife, certain native plants. It's actually really good for the environment to have that nice little pond. Oh, I'm getting all excited.
Olzog looks off the edge of Fablerise real quick and then shudders.
Oh,
You see, there's a moment where like his mom like goes up to you and goes, "I wouldn't do that. Don't do that."
What? No, I wasn't. I was thinking about how to paint the sign out front. Red
No.
and gold?
You were thinking about what would happen if you fell off and how far it would be to go down, weren't you?
It's okay. He can fly.
No, I was thinking about how frogs would get here.
Okay.
Okay.
If we were trying to attract frogs.
I would.
Odd. Okay, cool. Interesting. I stand corrected. It just walks away from you.
But then
Whoa.
Golzog now looks down and thinks what she incepted in him.
Hopefully,
Wow.
we go to bed
Uh-huh.
eventually, but I'm gonna
We will.
use fabricate to change the outside. I knew I just fucking knew it. I knew there was gonna be a use for this spell. I'm gonna use fabricate to turn this old shuttered house into I have 20 cubic feet. So yeah, within a 10-foot cube, so I might have to do it twice, depending on how big this house is, at least in the front. But to make like a stone facade on the front, like a really beautiful cottagey like facade in the front. But I might have to do this twice because it's only 10 feet.
Yeah, and also you can always
we...
come and get. You can always go out and get new items. You know, again, this doesn't have to be a thing that will be. You're gonna be here for however long you're here for.
That's my deposit. That's my deposit on this relationship. Is I'm gonna start with the facade of this house and just turn it from the old shuttery into this fucking beautiful
I can't believe
stone.
you just used your 4th level spell. It's so funny.
Listen,
Well, no, I also
Yeah.
have
David's
stone
story is important. Go ahead.
Yeah, stone
shape.
shape.
I also have stone shape, so we could create a like dope ass fucking fountain or statue or something of. It could be of David, like a statue of
Can we
this
be
minotaur.
investors in David's business so that we
Yeah.
eventually
Look,
get
David-
5%?
David genuinely is talking to you about all these things, you know, like but like he's not saying it like please do this. He's kind of like floating the idea like as like, you know, a friend. He does you know, he'll say to you like, again, he's like, I don't want to push anything. This is a windfall, you know, that's so crazy for me. This feels like it's faded, you know, like it's very like, this feels like it's faded. You know, I don't know what I did to deserve you all just coming in here. Especially like it's right around the corner is one of the biggest events of, you know, of the season in Fablerise. So
What's the biggest event around the corner?
Oh well, the Founders Day parade. There's events all throughout once the week starts. It's like the parade starts. There's the masquerade that kicks it off, and then there's the parade that happens, and then there's like there's the cook-off where the top chef of Fablerise is crowned, and it all results in Founders Day, which is a big celebration.
Listen, David, I think we may need sponsorship eventually for some of these events. So maybe we could be, you know, maybe this could be a bigger relationship down the line. But if we want to submit for any of these events, could we say that maybe, you know, we are a pageant member with a relationship with David's, or I am a cook at David's?
And he's just like, are you kidding me? You're acting like that's something that would be good for you? Do you understand what it would be like to have the winner of the pageant come or be even involved with David's? Do you have any idea what if the top chef was from David's? It would change everything.
Well, I don't know if I don't want to promise anything, but I'll try.
Here's the thing. We're friends now, and I believe in my friends, alright? And I haven't tasted a single goddamn thing of your food. I don't know why you're here. I barely remember your names, but here's the truth of it. I believe in you all, cause, look, hey, Ma, should I go talk to... She's like, well, you could, sweetie. He's like, no. I shouldn't go talk to him. But maybe you all should. Because I'm feeling some destiny here. Here, you know what? If you want to see about destiny and see not exactly what the future holds, because that's not what he does, but if you're on the right path of destiny, you should go talk to the Weaver. The Weaver is all about these, like, esoteric destinies and oracles and shit. A weird fucking spider, but it's really fun if you go and have a good time at the Weaver's Library. That's a fun place to go, especially if you want to know, like, hey, is this a good path? Because I don't want you guys getting invested unless you know, and that's a good thing. They might ask something of you, so I don't know if you want to get into too many deals, but I'm feeling like, I don't even think you need that, because, like, this feels like fate. And, like, you can see David is, like, really pumped up and hyped, and also, by this point, has gotten out of that suit and is, like, in more casual clothes. Like, just suspenders and, like, some slacks. Over is
Dylan,
just, like...
did you even
Minotaur.
prep any of the other hotels, or did you just prep David?
I have every one of these prepped.
Okay.
This is Fablerise is I've done prep for everything, of course. But Fablerise is the densest prep that I've done
Amazing.
in all of this
Sure.
I
campaign.
cannot wait.
I think we 100% picked the right hotel.
I think
yeah.
we did too. I think we do. I think we're going to be investors in this hotel
I
eventually.
didn't
Yeah.
know.
We're just gonna stay in Fablerise.
I had no idea if you were gonna go to David's.
5%.
It was a
100%.
high idea, a high percent chance, but you know, there's also a pillow fort. So I don't know. You never know. You're just gonna go to David's.
You hit us with David.
I was tempted by the pillow fort, but
line and sinker.
once it became clear that it was like, David's just a guy, I was like, well,
Done.
Now, did I
Same place.
expect you all to be this invested in sprucing up his place on your own accord without him even asking? No, I didn't expect that.
So can we just say by like the end of the night,
Mhm.
like Mirabella and Griselda have like turned the overgrown grass into like mulch.
Yeah.
Mirabella's dug, and it looks all like ready to go for the next day.
Yeah, and
Oh, and I've set up little magic stone.
right.
Nice.
Nice.
Where the flower beds are, and have already put it into a beautiful walkway.
Yeah, and at the very least, it's like it's definitely like either the magic stones are there for like some of the intricate walkway details, but also for like when you do like shape earth or shape stone or like stone shape, you can like get like the more intricate details, or like at least it's pathing out like exactly where it is.
Yeah.
I've got one more spell I want to do just before bed.
Yeah,
Just to get some foot traffic, because we got to get income for David.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe we
Right.
should wait on this. No, never mind. I'll
What is
wait.
it? What is it? No, what is it?
I was gonna cast
Yeah, maybe when
Skywrite.
it's
I was gonna cast Skywrite as a ritual. Be
ooh,
like, David's, your home,
Yeah.
away from home. But I feel like
Do
we should
that.
wait until we have
it should
a
be
a
until
grand
when the front
opening.
yard's done.
grand opening of David's.
we could do it the first day of Founders Week.
I
Or
also
the
have-
couple of days before. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Griselda.
I also have hallucinatory terrain.
This is the main quest, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled. You have to understand I'm thrilled, but this is genuinely the most care and thought put into a plan yet, and it's just very
This
funny
is-
to me.
A family business. He's put his heart.
Business, it's a home away from home.
His
It's
mom.
just a guy and his mom.
And also,
agree
it's an
with you.
investment.
just-
We're going to take
I agree,
5%.
It's just the fact that you were like, I can do Skywrite. You're like, no. The optimal time to do Skywrite is probably at this point. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
they know. They remembered exactly what I said about Founders Day already. They have it.
Yeah,
in
that's in
their
a week.
bodies.
We have a couple of days. We want to do it. We want it to at least be show ready before we get people in the door. Although we want to do it so that people have time to book their rooms.
Can I do this?
Yeah.
I have hallucinatory terrain.
Okay.
I kind of just want to cast something so it looks
Smart.
good, and then we go back and work
In
on
the
it.
meantime,
Yes, just in case we get any foot traffic. You know what I mean?
it's
Yeah,
like when
so
you take
people
a
aren't
layer
like,
in
"Whoa."
Procreate that you've already drawn, and then you turn the opacity down, and then you model the next layer
That's
off
what I
of
want
that.
to do. Yeah, and it'll
That's
help
what-
us
yeah.
do it tomorrow. Can we do that? That's what I want to do. Make a plan of what we're gonna do tomorrow.
That's
Oh, so
fucking brilliant. I mean,
Also,
I've
David-
never- that's an unreal use of hallucinatory terrain that lasts for 24 hours. Yeah, you can of course do that.
And show it to David so he can have a final approval on what we do.
That is fucking
So-
insane. Yes, of course.
And David and his
you're
mom
gonna-
should start
you're gonna-
thinking
you're
about.
gonna fully make a like, this is what we were thinking of. Do you have any notes for David?
Yes.
Yeah, we're
The
doing a
blueprint,
magical
blueprint.
mock-up of
Yes.
what we're doing.
And
Yeah.
it's got a pond and a beautiful statue and a
Beautiful.
beautiful sign.
Mountain time.
Yes. Oh, it's a statue and a fountain.
And
right?
tomorrow I'm
Fountain
gonna
statue.
work on the thatched roof, and maybe like it looks.
Oh yes.
And then
With the cottage
David should
core.
start thinking about what he wants the mural to look like. For Golzog.
You have a pitch, yeah, Golzog that I can put in the mock-up.
Yes, it's like a classic sort of, if you've ever looked at a sort of a 1980s fantasy poster, it's like David triumphantly standing with like a big
Fuck yeah.
In the classic 80s poster, he'd have a sword raised above his head. I'm gonna say he's got a like a big quill above his head and like a big tome in the other hand, like a big
My
guest
God.
book. And then his mom is like sitting sort of next to him with her like with her hands like on a desk, but it's a smaller desk because she's like
Or maybe, and one of them could
posed
be
like
making
she's-
food.
no, there we
Oh,
go.
I should
Yeah.
be working
Like-
on
His mom is posed next to him,
Because it's like B&B vibe.
making food, and there's like a bunch
Smells
of
wafting.
like the colors are really beautiful. The clouds are very like Van Gogh multicolored swirl, like
Nice.
with like sort of the sunsetty pink and gold and purples
I
and
can't
reds.
wait for you to draw this, Marty.
I'm not gonna draw this. And and yeah, the framing of the mural is like a bunch of the same way that we would put like cherubs, like cute little babies. It's all baby animals with wings flying around.
I love that.
And some
One
of
of
them
them's
are
Ladybug?
holding like beautiful
Yeah.
drapery across from each other. Some have like little roses in their mouths. They're like clearly like playing sky tag and chasing each other. It's super cute.
And Tone is going to work on a menu that they can use for like brunch for this like bed and breakfast feel, but also a heartwarming dinner menu as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because lunch,
Look,
you're out and about.
I'm not gonna. I never say never. Okay, but I am gonna draw the party lineup first, and then we shall see.
So I want to cast
That's the party
that-
lineup. David's.
Yeah, so you've cast
I
Hallucinatory
w- I-
Terrain.
I
This
would
is the
draw
best
David.
plan we've had.
I'll also say that because you're casting, just, this isn't technically raw, but because you're casting it in this way while everyone's there and that they know it, they all instantly succeed in the intelligence saving throw. So you all can like see that it's superimposed, so you can all see like where you can all walk around the terrain normally, and you see it and you can see where it's different. But other people will have to make the intelligence saves while they're walking around.
Yeah.
I'm just doing a general populace save. They full fail.
Fuck, guys, permits. No.
Oh yeah, we have to go bribe the government now. Fuck.
I mean, you did hear
Becomes-
that there is literally a transit authority, so it's not the craziest thing to think
No!
about.
But it is just
Look,
landscaping. We're not building anything.
That is true. You're just
We're
landscaping.
just landscape.
Okay, I think I have a good menu, but I will save it for next time.
Okay.
And then I think shopping will be next time too, right?
Yeah. There's gonna be a.
No, it's all David.
It's all David's. For the next 5 weeks, it's David's.
Jasmine comes back. We're like, sorry, you can't come back on the stream yet because we're still remodeling David.
Well, or you can. Do you have a good tiles skill? We need someone to do
Yeah.
tiles.
I
Yeah.
I can handle tiles.
Yeah.
genuinely am so happy right now. I can't wait. The high level spells that have already been talked about or used on this is unbelievable. We have plant growth, hallucinatory terrain, fabricate, skywrite, like it is
Skywrite's not
unreal.
yet.
And that's all within the first day. Well, skywrite hasn't been used yet, but it's been talked about being used.
It will be.
Stone shape.
It's gonna be the best.
In fact, you can even, if you wanted to, for fun, put skywrite into glyph of warding, and the trigger is the day.
Yeah.
You're right.
To just use as many.
Right. You open Skywrite into Glyph of Warding and be like, the trigger is, it's the day of the Founders Parade.
Yeah.
The day before, because we want people to stay here.
Yeah.
Or the day the front yard's finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, gang, I am so excited for the fact that we're finally in Fablerise. I've been so happy to get to this part where there's just gonna be a bunch of crazy people to deal with. You know, because who knows, maybe some of the other hotels will have something to say about David's encroaching on their business. Who knows?
This is only the beginning.
Down with corporate
This is
Fablerise.
only the beginning of this whole thing within Fablerise, in which there are tons of different factions. There's a plot to bomb the city. There's so many other things to learn about. Just before we go, I want to remind everyone of all of the names of the shops that I have said, because I want to tell everyone and remind everyone what you've heard before, and also some that you haven't heard. For blacksmith shops, we have Clamorize and Smelt the Roses. For clothing, we have Wivawax Playthings, Phase End Fashions, Thimble and Marble. You don't have to be writing these down, I'm just kind of saying them out
You'll
loud for
refresh
fun.
us. Okay.
For the inns, we have the Skyrise, Pillow Fort, the Lucid Dream, and of course, David's. And for restaurants, which I'm sure we will have to deal with at some point, we have Insatiable, Gastronome, the Golden Swill, Blanche on Blanche, Elderflower, Fort Olive, Mind Filleer, and Taste of Home. Gang, I've done a lot of work on this city, and I'm very happy to be here. Thank you so much for being here. Does anyone have anything else to plug this evening?
Yes. I am normally just all about support the strike, fuck the AMTTP, which I still am.
Yes.
But John Madison, Jasmine Chong, who is not here, and I recently participated in a game jam where we made a mafia tile puzzle game called Dump That Body, and I sent the link to Dylan, and he's going to put it in the show notes.
It is
you
in
can
the show
play
notes.
it. And we won second place.
It is in the show notes, and we'll put it in the Discord as well. They won second place, which is unsurprising based on the fact that our friends are so creative, but it is surprising the fact that they've never made a game before. So
We've
how
never made
about
a
that,
game
gang?
It was our first time making a game.
We're really
And
proud
I got
of
to
it.
do it completely without having to program.
I
which
was
was
trying to
great.
teach myself how to program.
You
but
did great.
It's
We're
really
very
fun.
proud of them.
I have one other thing to plug, which is Nerdy Prudes Must Die comes out on YouTube on Friday the 13th. If you aren't familiar with Star Kid, if you can subscribe to that and share it when it comes out, that's great. And if you want to support the cast and the artist, especially in the time where both the WJ and SAG are on strike, you can buy the digital download now, and then that is a great way to support the artists. So that would be wonderful too. And the album is really, really great.
Yeah.
The album is, I think, the best album that Jeff Blum has ever made. So
It's also a good way to support your eyeballs if you like entertainment, because I've done it and it's great. So you should go do it too. Also, there's Stevie.
She has been driving me nuts this whole stream. She will not leave me alone. Where are you
no,
going?
Anyone else have anything they want to say? Plug? No? Okay. Well, next week we should be back with clearly the most important plot of this entire stream. We gotta get David's to be the top-rated hotel in Fablerise.
Can we change the title of the whole stream?
David's. Your home away.
David's on the rise.
I will say, technically, you as a group of adventurers have never named yourselves as a group, so you can, of course, work that into the name.
Boom.
Yeah.
Done.
David's Angels.
David's Angels.
Shut up. Oh my god.
And we're angel investors.
Yes.
Wow.
The Fab Phase? I guess we're not Phase. The,
Yeah.
The
the
Fab
Feywild 5, the Feywild 4, depending on
Well,
how
I'm just
many
saying,
of us there are.
Fable
if
4?
you want David in there, go ahead. But we'll be back next time, and I genuinely can't wait to see what happens with this storyline. I'll see with the David arc. We're in the
David's
David
number
arc,
one
everyone.
B&B on Yell reviews.
Yep.
Amazing.
We'll see you next time. Goodbye, gang. Goodbye.